You probably already know that many things can trigger our anxious thoughts, things like preparing for a big test, starting a new job, or having an argument with someone you love. Most people can refocus after those anxious thoughts, right? But when you're dealing with OCD, it's not so simple. The thoughts, the images, the what-ifs just don't stop. And in a relationship, that can be tough. OCD can make maintaining personal relationships really challenging. There's actually a type of OCD called Relationship OCD, or RCD, where you become obsessed with doubts about your relationship. What can really affect your connection with your partner? But here's the good news: there are ways to manage it. So, let's jump right into those 5 tips. Tip number 1, acknowledge that it's OCD, not your relationship. The first thing you need to do is recognize that your intrusive thoughts aren't necessarily a sign that there's something wrong with your relationship. OCD loves to make you second-guess everything. The trick is to step back and say, "This is my OCD talking." Once you recognize it, you can start challenging those thoughts rather than letting them control you. Tip number 2, don't seek constant reassurance. One of the biggest traps in relationship OCD is the need for constant reassurance. You might find yourself always asking your partner things like, "Do you love me?" or "Are we okay?" While it may give you temporary relief, it only feeds the OCD in the long run. Instead of seeking validation over and over, practice sitting with the uncertainty. It's uncomfortable, but over time, you'll feel secure in your relationship. Tip number 3, focus on the present moment. OCD thrives on what-if scenarios. What if things go wrong? What if this relationship isn't perfect? These questions pull you out of the present and into an anxious future that hasn't happened. To counter this, practice mindfulness. Bring yourself back to the here and now. Not only does this calm your OCD, but it also strengthens your bond with your partner. Tip number 4, communicate openly with your partner. OCD can also make it hard to open up, especially when you're dealing with intrusive thoughts. But the key to a healthy relationship is communication. Let your partner know what you're going through and how they can support you. This can prevent misunderstandings and help them be more patient and supportive. Tip number 5, seek professional support. Managing OCD, especially when it impacts your relationships, can feel overwhelming at times. That's why it's so important to seek professional help. A therapist can help you develop strategies to manage your intrusive thoughts and improve your relationship. Dealing with OCD in a relationship is challenging, but it's not impossible. With these tips, you can start managing the intrusive thoughts and build a healthier, happier relationship. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. If you're looking for more support, you can book a trial therapy session with us at OCDMantra. The link is in the description.